It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. Let's get some more. Let's get some fight in us, bro.
Back in the States, the Supreme Court has ruled against the Navajo Nation over claims the federal government has failed in its duty to address the tribe's water rights. Writing for the majority in Thursday's 5-4 ruling, Justice Brett Kavanaugh ruled the 1868 treaty that established the Navajo Reservation said nothing about an affirmative duty for the United States to secure water. The court's 3 liberal justices, joined by Neil Gorsuch in dissent, writing that the government has a duty to properly manage the water it holds for the tribe. Thousands of Navajo Nation members lack access to running water in their homes, even though the Colorado River runs along the northwestern border of their reservation. And in New York.
So she didn't spend much on this one. I wanted to cover this too. I'm glad she touched this. I didn't even watch this. I didn't have a chance to, so I didn't know what was going to be in here. But that's a story that I wanted to cover, and kind of tied with a lot of these. There's a couple of other 5-4 Supreme Court things that have come down, and I was wondering who is the guy who's switching, because you know that the Supreme Court is kind of made up 6-3. It's 6 conservative, 3 liberals. So it was Neil Gorsuch in this particular one. She said that jumped sides and joined the minority opinion on this. But this one is interesting because the treaty. So Kavanaugh said that the treaty that they signed didn't have anything to do with water protections or whatever. So that's the reason why. That sounds like a lot of bull s to me. I mean, I have some more stuff on this particular story. I'm gonna come back to this story, but their water, them having clean water. I mean, so they don't deserve to have clean water. Basically, is what you're saying, right? It's not up to us to make sure that they have clean water. So it's like we can throw pollution and we can throw oil and stuff in the rivers that we know that they're using. We don't have any obligation to not pollute their water.
York, immigration advocates have vowed to keep fighting after New York Assembly Speaker Carl Heastie refused to hold a vote on legislation that would have allowed undocumented people to enroll in New York's essential plan, government-subsidized health insurance under the Federal Affordable Care Act. The Coverage for All bill had passed the state Senate earlier this month. Both chambers are controlled by Democrats. Nearly 500,000 New Yorkers are currently excluded from Medicaid and the essential plan health care coverage due to their immigration status. To see our interview with New York Assembly member Jessica Gonzalez Rojas, who sponsored the bill, go to democracynow.org. And those are some of the headlines.
That last story I hadn't heard about. That's interesting. I have to think about that for a minute. But I think, this is what a lot of people were afraid of when it came to immigrants or whatever. And it's like, if they haven't done the process to become like a citizen, a lot of people feel like they don't deserve to have the benefits of being a citizen. And one of them is stuff like Medicaid, Medicare, so forth and so on. So that's interesting. So did they say that passed? Hold on, let me take it back. Did they say it passed?
Are controlled by Democrats. Nearly 500,000 New York's essential plan, government-subsidized health insurance under the Federal Affordable Care Act. The Coverage for All bill had passed the state Senate earlier this month. Both chambers are controlled by Democrats. Nearly 500,000 New Yorkers are currently excluded from Medicaid and the essential plan health care coverage due to their immigration status. To see our interview with...
It said it passed the state. Does that mean that it's going to be... So, but then it's only a state deal. But how could that be if it's going to be, the funds are going to be federal funds? I don't know. I'd have to look at that some more, because that might just be them talking, you know what I mean? Kind of tokenism, that they love to, the Democrats love tokenism. So to appear that they did something, to pretend to care, looking ass. They love to spoon feed and gaslight, and they love tokenism. Let me read a couple.
President Biden welcomed Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the White House Thursday, praising a new era in U.S.-Indian relations.